Hashime.
We start off with Neowasa. Neowasa is fighting on the ground.
This is Fighting on the Ground. We're with Martin Savage and Eddie Donlan of the Warren Point Judo Club. And here the boys are... Eddie has just got his black belt and he's there with Martin. And I am in the company of 2 black belts this morning. And I will be expected presently to fight with Eddie. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Not happy about this at all, but sure I'll have to do it. There he's going. Pull, he's down. That's great. Well done. Well done. So the technique here, as Martin will tell you later as they do it, is to use the person's weight, to use the person's body weight to get him off balance and use his own dynamic to get him where you want him to go. The arms go round, pulling the elbow out of the way. If he goes, that leg goes out, he can't get him that way, but he turns him that way and gets over. He has him. Yeah.
You want to go, Rowan?
I'll have a go, Martin. Will you take over the microphone?
I will do that.
Now, where do we start this? Have a seat there.
Okay. Just you curl up there, Eddie. Right. Yeah. Okay, if you come in beside him, Rowan.
In beside.
Yes. Put both hands underneath him. One hand, yes, and hug his forearm. Pull it in tight.
Yeah.
And then roll him over. And then hold him there on his back.
Okay. Wow.
That's it. Keep your hips low. That's you. That's it. When you do the same, Eddie, just make sure you can space the rolling. Right. So, underneath, pull in the elbow and roll.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yes.
Sorry, but
No, so the shoulder's just a weak point.
Yeah.
Let's go again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Underneath him. Make sure you're rolling him onto the mat. Underneath
Arms
him.
round.
Yeah. Pull the elbow in
Pull it
and
in.
roll him over towards his shoulder. That's it. Hey, man, just keep your hips low, Rowan, when you get
Hips
on top.
low.
Hips low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Hips low.
Try me, throw me on the right shoulder, not the left shoulder. Left shoulder.
Okay.
I do go.
So you're coming in from the side. That's right.
Yeah.
That's you, Eddie. Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah. Underneath. Pull the elbow in. Pull the elbow and roll. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Right. Shall we talk?
yes.
Let's have a mic. You have another mic there. Eddie, you have a microphone there. And we get there. Have a seat there, Eddie. Now, Martin, thanks again for coming in. Martin Savage with the Warren Point Judo Club. It's always good to see you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Eddie, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
You were
very
talking
much.
to us there. Hold that close to your mouth, just like that.
Okay.
You were
Thanks,
telling us there you had fought in Vienna. And people from all over the world were there.
That's right. We wound up
And you
against
ended up fighting
a man from Dungannon.
Harry McGuigan from
Harry
Dungannon.
McGuigan.
and you could have got
Dungannon.
anybody under the sun.
I could have. After that, I went up with a Russian and just
A Russian?
I walked onto the mat and you could see right through me. Just took grips. The next minute, sweep, I was
You were
flat on the
gone.
floor, about 3 foot of the floor. Just
Oh my God.
collapsed.
Is that a technique, I was going to say to disembowel someone, but to disempower someone, that you actually, when you throw high, so when he comes down, there is a collision with the floor.
Not really.
Hold that up
Yeah.
to your mouth, just
Not-
there, about
not
there,
really.
towards
I
it, point it towards
Yeah.
you. Just point it towards
Yeah.
you, point it towards
I
you.
think what happens is that if you throw too high, the person takes so long reaching the floor that they have time
He's
to
timed
think,
it.
think about turning out.
Yes.
So generally, strong throws in contest are ones that turn them over very, very quickly.
Yes.
They don't look as spectacular, but certainly they're very effective.
Yeah. Now, you to this man, tell me about this man, because you're full of praise for Eddie, because he took up judo at what age?
He was 57. I think he pestered me for a year or two, and I would say, come along, and I think maybe he was having second thoughts and wasn't sure where. But eventually he bit the bullet and he came along, and he was 57 then.
What was the motivation, Eddie?
I wanted to do something with active contact. I always did fancy contact sport, but years ago people weren't into it as much as they are
But I
nowadays,
remember you as a swimmer.
Yeah, I was swimming all the
And
time.
you
yeah.
know, basically you came to the judo without any injuries.
Yeah.
You saw me there because I have an injured
see
rotator
that, yeah.
cuff muscle there, and that would cause a problem for me. But you were lucky you didn't have that. You looked after yourself, that you didn't
did,
get
yeah.
injured. Yeah, yeah. So, the black belt experience, how did you gain the black belt? What had you to do?
Well, I had to do a certain amount of moves, and there'd be a video to Martin that asked me what to do in Japanese, and I would go through the move, and
And you never any doubt it was going to work. A lot of training in it.
There is, but it's rewarding, you know.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
How
And
old
it's
are you
bit-
now?
I'm 70.
He's 70. Wow.
I'm Baby Bear.
It's very addictive.
You said something earlier there.
I said, well, it's not usual. There's 3 people on a judo mat, and I'm the youngest one of the 3. It makes me feel good, man. Thank you.
Yeah. I love that we started off with a bow.
Yes.
Hashime.
Yes.
Now, there's 2 things here. One, hashime, what that means, and then there's the nature of the stance, first of all, and then the nature of the bow. Tell us about that.
Well, hajime basically means to start, begin. The bow, most bows, there's 2 types of bow in martial art, probably more, but 2 main ones. Standing bow and a kneeling bow. Standing bow is done with the heels together and the toes slightly
Why?
apart. It's to do with respect for your opponent, I think, or respect for the other person. It's saying to him, I trust you not to attack me. I'm putting myself in an unstable posture here because, as you know, if your heels are together and your feet are close,
Yes.
you can be pushed off balance very easily. And you're sort of saying to the other person, I trust you. But equally, when you bow, you don't show the top of your head. And because of that, you're actually watching him through peripheral vision. So you're saying, right, I trust you to a certain extent, but I'm certainly not going to give my back to you, give the top of my head to you, where I can't see what you're doing.
Wow. You described Eddie as having a samurai attitude.
He's got a warrior heart, definitely has. Yeah, because he trains with everybody on a Sunday morning, and that's right from the junior blue belts who we had here a few weeks ago, right through to black belts who've been black belts for quite a long time, some of them second and third dance. And he does everything that everybody else does. Now, albeit at a lower level, I suppose, in a sense that he isn't as strong, he isn't as fast, his reflexes aren't as fast as they used to be, but he still does the same as everyone else.
How would a more supple young fellow fare against him? Or more importantly, how would he fare against the young fellow?
Depends on
What you want really?
Well, I would say the young fella may be a lot quicker on some moves, but the older guy would probably have more experience.
And would you have more, let's use another word, cunning?
Yeah,
that
crafty,
be a
yeah.
word to use?
I'd
old
say
age
that,
and
but the other-
cunning overcomes youth and enthusiasm.
There you go.
Say that, but the
Yeah.
other person.
Yeah. And how has you're 4 years out now, you're 3 years anyway. 57. No, you're more, for goodness sake, you're 70 now.
13 years.
Yeah. How has it changed you, the person?
Well, it's given me more confidence in myself, and
You walk taller, stronger.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel good, you know.
If anyone comes in the wrong direction, I'm going to call Licia in there.
Oh,
Can
no.
you see Licia there at the door? Call her in, let her sit down, Andrew. The anyone you go hashime at, they need to look out. Let's begin. The strength of the club, remind us at the moment, if you would.
It drops off during the summer for obvious reasons, people on holidays and the rest of something, and then it starts to pick up again. So the beginners class for the juniors is starting, it'll be starting next week, and last Thursday night, I think, on Sunday, we had 10 people, 10 adults, you know, in the adult class. So,
And you were saying it's not, sometimes with the adults, it's more difficult to get them to be there and to depend on it. They come and they go.
They do.
But you're really putting the investment into the young people.
Yes, certainly. And there's a difference in attitude to that now. I think it used to be people thought that you should be putting all your time and effort into the younger people, but they are inclined to drop out of judo when they get to their mid-teens or even earlier.
Yes, yeah.
And they may or may
But
not.
surely you'll have the work done by that stage. You'll have made them the men that they are.
If that's what you're intending to do, certainly. I think some people argue that you should be spending as much time and maybe more with the adults
Yes.
because they are there for they're there for the long haul.
Okay. Are you there for the long haul? You're 70.
Well,
what's it
it'll
like
take another
being
couple of
70?
years.
Is it tough?
Well, it's just a number, put it that
Is
way.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I look forward to being 70?
So you're doing all right.
Good man, Rowan.
Will we finish off with another move on the floor?
We shall do that,
Yeah.
yes, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Put your mics down there and go. And we'll have the hashime too. Hello, Lisa. I will talk to you presently. This is you're in a sacred space here. You're in the dojo.
I'll show you a technique. It's called sangaku.
Sangaku.
Sangaku. It can end as a strangle, an arm lock, or a hold down. So it can be sangaku Jimmy or sangaku Gatame. Just come right this way, Eddie, please.
Well, ah, yeah, yeah. And now the strangle can be there. Yeah, but you're not going for the strangle there at that point.
Oh, well, I can
Are you?
I can squeeze here.
You can squeeze there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that there says stop.
That's because he can't use his hands.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, you've got him completely
I push
helpless.
his arm away.
Yeah.
I've got an arm lock.
You've got an arm lock.
Or, I try to arm lock this arm. He'd try and grab his jacket to stop me from doing it.
Yes.
And then, I'll tie
Yeah.
his arm up.
Could I ask Eddie to endeavour to get out of that from where you are now? It's not going to happen.
Yeah, pull tight, Eddie. And if I tie up his arm here,
Yeah.
then I can pull myself up and up with him. So hold him. So I can arm lock him, strangle him, or hold him.
I just want to say to you, it's a joy knowing you as a very gentle person. I wouldn't like to know you as a non-gentle person. But
The chrysanthemum and the sword.
the chrysanthemum and the sword. Boys, thank you very much indeed. You carry on there, and we'll go to some music. And coming up shortly, we have Paddy Duffy talking about sporting matters too. The triathlon in Newry. Thank you.